Hey Pam, how you doing? How's it going? Rainy day out here today. Hey Gina, what's happening? I got one of these new external batteries for my cell phone, really cheap on eBay. Gives me 5 hours phone power now. Hey Charlotte. Hey Mike, what's going on? Hey Sonia. Yeah, you got that right. It's a rough life out there. That chat was on the blink last night. Kept locking up. It happens from time to time. Oh, no kidding, son. You know, it's nice to know it's working today. But, hey, Michael, I know the notifications and like last night I was having a hard time with it. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Thanks, Luann. Which one are you talking about? The Mackinac video or the moon video? Pretty good, Mike. I didn't even check today's weather. I didn't know it was going to rain today. Fine with me. Hey, Fumizuki. What's going on? Pretty good day. Reading a couple papers. Checking out what's happening. Hey, Jordan. What's going on? Hey, Greg. How are you? Oh, good, you? Asante? Good. Greg, how long did you say you've been out in Hawaii? Hey, Mikey. No, I won't see them except when I'm in Detroit, and I live a couple hundred miles away. So when I'm gone, I'm gone. Thanks, Sonia. Appreciate it. I mean, I never claim to do anything. I try and do the little I can, but it's difficult. Oh, cool, Greg. How are the property values up there? Is that increased in value since you bought it? Yeah, I know they do. Yep. What are you growing out there? Fish dinner was great. I mean, I think it was overpriced, but it's the nature of the location. Oh, thanks, Rachel. Appreciate it. You have a good day as well. Oh, cool, Greg. Yeah, Mike, I think I'm going to be getting out of there in about a week, or maybe a little later. I'm definitely going to come out there, North Dakota and South Dakota. I got this one last real estate closing. I'm kind of glad it's taken a little longer now because I'm going to put my snow tires on, and then I won't have anything to worry about. And I think I'm going to go up top across the north rim of Lake Superior as I head across. I like that fall and winter photography. Big kick-ass snowstorms they have out there. Oh, cool. Why not? Yeah, I've been there I've probably been there 10 times. Oh, that's cool, Greg. Greg, send me a few pictures of that sometime if you get a chance. Oh, sorry about that, Sonia. Yeah, there's come all walks of life end up there. Oh, that's cool, Greg. Yeah, I mean this thing is. Oh, cool, Sonia. The best of luck to you. Yeah, that's what I like about it out there, Michael. You never know when you're going to get nailed. The more, the merrier to me. Pretty good, Jay. How are you doing? Oh, good. Yeah, I don't know how the apple crop's doing this year. I don't like apples that much. Yeah, rainy day. Yep, it was raining when I got up. Oh, appreciate it, Sonia. Hey, Dina Marie, how are you? Yeah, that's whatever. There's an older lady I know in town that wanted me to go out to dinner with her, and she called me a little while ago and said she wants to wait till it quits raining, which is fine with me. You don't feel like doing anything. I'm glad I took off yesterday. I didn't realize we were going to have rain today. Hey, Miss Kathleen, how you doing? How's it going? Oh, it's sunny in Jackson. No kidding, huh? Yeah, Greg. Well, it kind of all balances out then, probably. You ever get any good lightning and thunderstorms out there, Greg, or not really? Oh, you're welcome, Dina Marie. Oh, thanks, Patty. Hey, Sally. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, it seems like, lately, like it's just like a lot of interviews. But if you look at my videos from day one, I think I have 6,000 videos uploaded. I do the same thing all the time, and the videos just kind of go full circle. Nature, moon, sun, birds, travel, interviews with women in Detroit. It's all been pretty consistent. Oh, okay, Lee. Oh, really, Sheila? No kidding, huh? Huh. Yeah, I haven't had a really good one in a while. Yeah, Sonia, I'm lucky because, I never really, promoted the channel or, I never once asked people for, views or to subscribe or none of that crap. And it allows me to just kick a lot of jerks off or keep people from starting trouble. So it's good in that sense that, I want the attitude toward these women a certain way. And I don't want every idiot in the world being rude. That's why it's great. I never accept any money myself because that way I can just keep doing what I'm doing and nothing's going to influence it. Yeah, Sally, downtown has been totally refurbished. Yeah, it's all right, son. I don't care. I mean, I never, started the channel as a popularity contest. So I don't care if they don't like me or not. As you can tell by the comments I leave them. Few of them have enough balls to come on during a chat. They always want to leave a comment under a fake name. So that's what you're dealing with. A lot of weird people out there, I'll tell you that. Hey, Christina. Yeah, I got a ton of stuff to deliver this next time. It got down to like 40 here last night. I don't know what it got down to Detroit. Yeah, jealous people. Yeah, that's what I say. You get a lot of... If you start your own YouTube channel... Hey, Crying Red. Hey, Christine. If you start your own YouTube channel, you guys just see a little bit about it with the weirdos. But there are tons of them out there. Threats. Nasty comments. Try and mess me up with YouTube. You name it. Hey, Sally. Nah, that blonde, she was just tried to get a hold of me to do a story on her, and she told me this big, long, boring story that was totally uninteresting. And I didn't believe it. And I just told her I wasn't interested, and right after that, she started doing those videos. But nobody pays attention to those old kooks. It really isn't too much dealing with them because I just block them. But you know, it's one problem having these kooks. It's another problem having these kooks that pay attention to them. Everybody wants to tell me about their videos, and I could care less. The intelligent people, the good viewers, they don't mention anything at all about these nut jobs. Yeah, it wasn't really rejection. It was kind of like not being interested. You know, I just wasn't interested. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Yeah, the truth of the matter is, though, unless you have some good content, you can put all the bitchin' negative videos up you want about somebody else's YouTube channel, and it's not going to really do you much good. You're not going to get to where it's any appreciable number of people. I mean, I never had a number in mind or any money in mind or anything like that, so I didn't really give a shit. But these clowns are so narrow in their scope of IQ that they think that this is going to put them on the map with the channel, and it actually works the opposite way. You'll get about 10% of the miserable people just like yourself, and then it kind of caps off and ends. If you scroll around YouTube, you don't see any channels that are basically predicated on being negative. It just doesn't work. But these crazies don't understand that because they're just dumb. Yeah, they're just, I mean, really off their rocker. If you look at their content unrelated to what they're bitching about with me, it's basically nothing there. Oh, no kidding, Sally. Wow. Daisy's sleeping in the van. Hey, lab chick, how you doing? So that's the way it is. I don't care. Yeah, Kathleen, you know, YouTube just sent me a thing the other day. I never really read them. I just happened to catch one. And they do that. I mean, I really don't pay any attention to that because that wasn't the goal from the beginning. And I realized that if I change up anything or I start trying to promote a channel in a different way, something's got to give, whether it's less interviews, more interviews, being influenced by a sponsor. I don't want to do any of that. Oh yeah, some working girls do make bank, but when you have a heroin and a crack addiction at the same time, you may be making some money, but you're spending as much as you're making. I'm gonna come up with how I see it on the streets. People getting there, staying there, some leaving, most not. So I think I'm getting a pretty good idea what makes the whole thing fly. It's unfortunate, but it's reality. Yeah, Tammy, sorry about that. Well, Tammy, if it makes you feel any better, I see plenty of these people on the streets come from excellent families. So don't blame yourself. It's an odd combination of circumstances that get somebody there. Yeah, they probably do, Greg. Yeah, that yellow dollar sign is a killer. And it's really kind of vague as far as how much it kills you. But on my popular interviews, in a way I don't believe it. Look, if it wasn't for YouTube, we wouldn't be talking. And if it wasn't for interviews that I had with the working girls, I wouldn't have a channel that anybody paid attention to. I really wouldn't. But I don't really understand how I could get the views and interest that I get and it being anything bad. Well, YouTube looks at it like it's not suitable for most advertisers. So on one hand, I don't argue with them. It's their shtick and they can run it however they want. I guess they don't want digital advertising coming up for a Bible camp in the middle of an interview with a working girl. On the other hand, there's a lot of interest, and I don't really think an intelligent, normal person would consider an interview with one of these women necessarily bad. That's the part I don't get. I mean, they're treating it like it's vulgar and inappropriate, and I don't really see it that way. But like I said, it's their call. Oh, son, you didn't have to do that. I'll give it to one of the girls. So that's the part that I don't understand. But I guess it's probably true. I mean, you wouldn't want an ad coming up about topless dancers if you were trying to sell cookware. So maybe it's just the nature of the subject. And as I've said before, if you look into the terms of agreement, they can take videos off of yours just because they don't want them on there. They don't need to give you a reason, which I get that too. So believe me, I'm not complaining. If I didn't get a penny from YouTube, I'd still be doing the same thing. After all, 10 years of trips to Detroit when I didn't live there and lived a long ways away without dime one. Yeah, Sonia, it's a hobby of mine. That's what people look at me like. You tell them it's a hobby and they look at you like you just robbed a bank. It's like there's some subversive goal that I have to try and make a ton of money on other people's unfortunate circumstances. It's not true. There's no money in it anyway. But the yellow dollar sign, now I appeal them all. What they do is they tag you with that yellow dollar sign. I appeal them all. And I'd say maybe some of them I win, but most of them I don't. It's true, Greg, but you can understand that it's their platform. They can decide what they want to do, and you got to go along with it. Without YouTube, we wouldn't be talking. Without YouTube, nobody'd know about anything going on plenty of places. Police corruption, working girls, discrimination, you name it. Animal cruelty. I mean, it's way better than not. It's really done a lot of good. It's not all good, but what is? And YouTube is really arguably a cultural shift because of the platform, for sure. And if you pay attention to the ways to get a successful channel and grow your channel, to me, grow your channel means more viewers, which I don't really care about. I would allow everybody to just bitch and complain and make up stuff because it allows for more controversy, more arguments. It's like the Jerry Springer mentality. What's that, Sally? When you're on a phone, you only get 3 comments on the screen at a time, and they go by so quick I can't always read them. So if you could ask me that again, please. Oh yeah, they make a ton of money, that's for sure. But they started it, Today I'm just going to screw around. Gas to Detroit, well, it's not bad now. I usually go through about $180 worth of gas per trip. That's on a 5-day trip. Because I only get about 10 miles a gallon while I'm down there. 1 tank for a round trip. That's about 400 miles. and then 2 while I'm there, because I get like about 200 miles a gallon, sometimes 3 tanks. So about, my gas is probably at least 200 per trip, but I'm not complaining. It's fine with me. Gas has been around 250 a gallon. Yeah, Kitty, that's pretty much it, you know. And let me tell you, I think I mentioned this before, but when I was living in Chicago, there were a couple guys that owned focus groups, and I'd never heard of a focus group. One was, well, in big cities, and that's the first time I lived in a big city. You know, there's a lot of population here. The demographics is, you know, like a gold mine for people or companies trying to sell things. So what they'll do is they have these companies, they set up these focus groups, and they give you $50 to $100 cash, and they'll bring like 20 of you in there, and they'll sit you down at a table. They'll show you a clip of a movie. They'll show a lady dress up in a certain dress. They'll show some YouTube videos. It can be anything from the best peanut that's been roasted to how to clean your bird cage effectively. And they'll let everybody witness the same activity, and then you grade it and you make comments on this sheet. And that's how a lot of things in society end up making it out to the market. But this isn't willy-nilly. This is a well thought out process, and most of the things that end up making it in society were a product of somewhere along the line a focus group. You know, like it's like they take one of my videos and they have 20 people come in there. Now, if 15 to 20 people say that I'm just a moron exploiting drug addicts, I guarantee you if they get enough of those, that's where you're going to get the yellow dollar sign. You know what I mean? But if 15 of the 20 people, if a cultural attitude shifts and they say, this is really great, this is a guy down there, he's bringing this plight to life, he's getting donations for these people, now maybe the yellow dollar sign would go away. But my point is, our culture, at least as far as I can tell, isn't really open arms to these being positive stories that they want to know about, which is why I get dinged with the advertising dollar. YouTube spent a fortune on what sells and what doesn't, and obviously my content, at least the popular videos, does not sell. I'll do it, Sonia. Thank you. Thanks. Hey, Bobby. I think Marguerite's favorite author, I think, is it Clyde Kunchler or Kuchler or something like that? Something like that. Clyde Kunchler or Kuchler. Oh, is that what it is? Clive Cluster? Yeah, I can remember gas was 23 cents a gallon. Hey, V-Boxes, how are you? Hey, Nicole, what's happening? How are you? Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. Yeah, that's true. They nailed Whole Foods, too, with scales inflating weight. To care package to the girls, you can send it to either place. It's just as easy to send it to my place, because what I do is I check my P.O. box the day before I go down, and then I check Detroit as soon as I get there, so it doesn't matter. But it's Tom Reed, R-E-E-D, Post Office Box 41, and that's West Branch, 2 words, West, W-E-S-T, Branch, B-R-A-N-C-H, Michigan, 48661. Thanks. Yeah, and I can remember when the government didn't want, they busted up a TV station couldn't own a newspaper or vice versa. They broke that up too. So it's really kind of, and they broke the car companies up. So it's interesting how they let like Facebook and Google and these places stay this large. Hey, Bunny, how you doing? Oh, did you really, Chloe? For how long? Hey, Bunny, is that a Jewish name, Saltzman? Oh, okay, Sonia. Thanks. Oh, German. Okay. Yeah, that's it, Mira. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's raining. Kind of a dreary day. Oh, Rachel, you sweetheart. You don't need to donate any money. What do you want it to go to? Please say you don't care so I don't have to keep track of it. Oh, is it really sunny downriver? Wow. Should have went down to Detroit today. I'm in West Branch, Michigan. Hey, Erica, how you doing? West Branch, Michigan. Yeah, it just quit raining now. Looks like it's going to clear up. Oh, it's a beautiful day down there, huh? What time is it now? I'll go down there today. Oh, you got lucky, kitty. Yeah, you can send it PayPal. Send it to me, though, as a friend, though. They'll take fees out. Oh, wow, Greg. Wow, Chloe. Unbelievable. Where were you at? Where were you located when you had that issue, Chloe? Flurries, Dina. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Hey, Mitzi. I love Milwaukee, actually. Oh, wow, the Bronx. Hey, Sally. Oh, thanks, Bucks, baby. I'll tell you why. Because with Kelly a few weeks ago, it just got to where, you know, it's normally fun going down there and interviewing people. They're glad to see you. You're glad to see them. But with Penny, it's always just such a downer. It's always some controversy or bullshit. I'll be a completely 100% frank with you on the Kelly problem. I was, I'm from that area originally, and as you guys know, I was a private detective my whole life. I'm still licensed and I have an agency, but I don't really do any PI work. I'm just sick of it. Well, I'm not too far from Southwest Detroit where I interview the girls, although I left there pretty much. I left Michigan in 98. No, not 98, 92. But, I know a lot of people around. So long story short, I was talking to a buddy of mine one time, and I knew Kelly's last name because she contacted me and I had given her some money and there were some people that were going to send checks, blah, blah, blah. Well, I found out that a couple years ago, Kelly was with a customer, a John, that happened to be an older gentleman from a suburb. And while they were doing their thing, she stole his gun. And he realized that his gun was stolen, but after all, he was with a working girl, so he didn't report it stolen. Well, they ended up busting her with a gun. She told him where she stole it from, and he ended up having to resign his city council position because he failed to report the theft of a gun. And he was a well-respected guy in the community. Well, when I asked Kelly about that, she was just kind of shitty with me about it and said, well, that's basically the consequence of a man associating with a working girl, like it was his fault, not hers. And from then on, it was all downhill. I didn't really have any information that I felt like sharing or with Kelly. If she'd have said to me, hey, look, I'm a heroin addict, I did steal the gun, it's the nature of the beast, I can live with that. But she was defensive that I would ask her about something that caused an old guy to lose a position he'd had for years. And it was all downhill after that. So that's part of it. So I felt bad because I know they need money, and I interviewed her 2 times when I otherwise wouldn't have. So that's what the Kelly issue is. And I don't think she was 100% straight about some other things. So there were enough things out there for me to just kind of get turned off from her. I mean, after all, it's voluntary who I feel like interviewing while I'm there. I don't think Maddie'd do some shit like that. I don't think Rita would ever think of doing some stuff like that. So even though they're in a predicament of drug addiction and working, I don't really look down on any of them. But when something like that happens, that really doesn't, it just rubs me the wrong way, and I lose interest in communicating with them. So there's your Kelly story, and that's the truth. Hey, JD, how you doing? No, I don't think Marge would do that, but you never know. I mean, you don't know. I do know that when that heroin comes a-calling, you'll do whatever you have to do. So I don't say with 100% conviction that any of them are not a possible candidate of doing something like that. As Calvin Murray said, drugs take precedent over everything. It trumps husbands, wives, children, and jobs. Yeah, Sally, that's it. No, I hate to tell you that's true, but I think that it is. And I mean, if you just go around and you found 1 million women in the same circumstance, and you crunched all the known activity in a computer, and somebody handed you a printout, you would think to yourself, oh my God, I probably shouldn't even be talking to these women. It's just the nature of the beast. And believe me, I keep one eye open all the time. I'm in an arm's length with all these people. You mean Calvin about his messages getting blocked? I don't really know what Tassie was saying. Yeah, she claims she knows all the ropes, but I mean, how many other people do you know that are Kelly's age that are still there? You got Marguerite, and she's not doing what Kelly's doing. No, they don't. Rebecca asked me off camera about signing for a lease in an apartment a couple weeks ago, but no, they don't. Well, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, once in a while they will. They'll say, could you have $10 or... Yeah, they do sometimes, but it's not as much as you would think. What will happen sometimes is, it's not easy setting up those interviews. So like when Rebecca lined me up a bunch of interviews, believe me, it saves another 2 days in Detroit and driving up and down Michigan Avenue all day. I'll give her $10 or $20 or whatever for lining me up 4 or 5 interviews. So yeah, I guess I do give them money on the side. No, has no relationship to Kelly at all. Penny, none. I didn't know. That was the only contact I had with Penny. That was very early on. I did talk with her childhood preacher one time, and her daughter posts from time to time on her video, but that's how I got the information I got, by talking to her preacher. And the daughter kind of confirmed some of it later on, but I never saw Penny after that. No, that's exactly it, Benny. I mean, but you can tell when you get the haters on YouTube. If I gave them $1, they'd think I was contributing to their demise. You're right, Sam. I agree with that. Yeah, Penny was hitting the head. She was hitting the head. That's true. I mean, it's amazing Marguerite's still alive. Yeah, Len, he was trying to get a hold of me. I posted on his YouTube channel, but I haven't heard from him. Yeah, it's true, Sally. That's the truth of it. I think that's Maddie, to be honest with you. It's hard to say, Christine. You don't know. It's a lot of it's rambling. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the statistics and you understand Marge's current circumstances, any cold, damp night could finish her off. It's like all the women down there and men. You go down there one day and all of a sudden they're gone. They got a cold and bronchitis that they couldn't get rid of that turned into pneumonia, and it's lights out. It'll happen. It's just the way it is. I mean, viewers tend to think that they'd like to see Marguerite with a hot chocolate, rocking on a rocker, reading her favorite book in a suburb. That's not happening. Even if you offered it to her, I don't think she'd want it. I have noticed over the years when I interview people, they're pretty adept at figuring out what they think that you would like to see, and they're pretty good at telling stories like that. But the reality of it is they like where they're at, and they're not leaving. Nah, I don't worry about it. My camera's rolling all the time, and it's the best insurance policy I have. If you notice the re-upload of Rita's interview, I keep that camera rolling all the time. You better believe it. I'm not doing anything illegal, and that's going to be my best insurance policy, so should someone decide to believe some bullshit. I know the law inside and out about taping conversations, whether it's on a phone, in a car, outside, whatever, and I'm completely 100% covered. In Michigan, you only need one-party consent, and that's me. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. This is just let me tell you how I feel about marijuana and what I know. First of all, I've never tried it. Doesn't interest me. I don't like the smell of it. Okay. But I am friends with a prosecutor, and prosecutors are constantly invited to public hearings, events, and it was very popular in the last couple of years because a lot of these small communities saw dollar signs with regard to dispensaries and that kind of thing. And I sat in on probably 5 of the lectures that were given to prosecutors, and then I also did my own reading. And the way I look at it is, first of all, society has done a terrible job on regulating alcohol. If it wasn't for Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, you'd still be having them driving all over the hell, killing people. So I worry about society regulating another substance like marijuana. And if you look at the statistics in a state like California, they're not very good. Car accidents, bankruptcy, divorce, it doesn't look, you just can't have another whole subset of people around driving vehicles messed up on drugs. I tell people this all the time, drunk driving, 08. When you're at 08, you first of all, you've been drinking. And secondly, everybody thinks they're this calm, well, I can handle my liquor bullshit. 08 is 08. Here's what I want you to do. Do this sometime. It's a fun experiment. People are generally happy that drunk driving's been addressed. And like I said, it's through legislation, through Mothers Against Drunk Drivers that they pushed. Not anything law enforcement did on its own. It's these mothers that got that whole thing pushed. But next time you're drinking a few beers or you got some wine or something, go on the computer and try and do a math problem or do some analytical reasoning. Try and do something that takes some brain crunching power. Maybe a crossword puzzle, analytical reasoning, or a math problem. This is after a couple of beers or alcohol. You're going to find it's not that easy. It changes. You're impaired. Now, society's decided that 08 is the gold standard. But that's another miscommunication in society, and I'll tell you why. The only thing, I'll use Michigan as an example, is 08 does, is it relieves the prosecutor of having the burden of proof. 08 is a recognized standard that the legal community and the medical community have agreed is drunk. I don't care if your mother died, or your dad died, or your baby rabbit died. If you have 0.8% of blood alcohol, you're drunk. So she doesn't really have much proving to do. It's a slam dunk. But here's what people don't understand. A lot of people, you'll listen to them talk in bars, and they'll say, you know what? I only had a couple beers. I know I'm going to blow under 08. I don't have anything to worry about. The hell you don't. 08's a slam dunk. You're getting a drunk driving ticket. Anything under 08, you can have a 02. You could go in there and have one beer, and if that police officer testifies that he thought your driving was related to your alcohol consumption, there are tons of people that get drunk driving tickets all over the state of Michigan that are nowhere near 08. Once that cop testifies to your driving actions and you test positive for alcohol in your breath, you're screwed. That's when a person will generally take it to trial. But people get drunk driving tickets all the time under 08. So back to the marijuana question. Overall, I think it's probably another cog in the wheel of doom. Now that there are no middle-class jobs that pay worth a shit, these states and governments have figured out the only man standing is drugs, and prostitution's probably next. They need a tax revenue, and marijuana pays it in a big way. But I'd say no as good for society in general. If you're in chronic pain, I'd say yeah, good for you. Just stay home and don't drive while you're smoking it. You're talking about operating while impaired. Yeah, well, that can be either way, from alcohol or drugs. You blow 08, you're screwed. You better find a plea guilty and plan on doing 200 hours of community service. Under 08, you can go ahead, take it to trial, but I'm telling you, the odds aren't very good. Once that cop testifies against your driving actions under 0.8, you got a better chance of beating it or pleading down, but you're going to get nailed. And OWIs stick all the time under 0.8. Yeah, Erica, that's exactly right. You know, when they were coming up with this bill in Michigan, the ex-governor of Colorado was used as one of their expert witnesses in a couple of the public hearings. And the data is not good for Colorado with regard to the benefit from society. Like I said, if you have chronic pain, I'm sure you're tickled to death. If you're a resident and you don't have chronic pain, you've got another increased risk while you're driving, and that is somebody stoned out of their mind on marijuana that they bought legally. Yeah, but AC, that's the way it goes on when it's there are people that are still going to get arrested for marijuana with a card in national parks. And the AMA is never going to support marijuana. That's exactly right, Gina. You test positive for marijuana. You don't want to do shit when you're smoking marijuana. You want to just lounge around and eat Cheetos and watch movies for 3 days straight. Yeah, there are jobs in the cannabis industry, but not many. No, they do take the THC out for some of the medicinal marijuana, but like taking a place like Michigan now, you can have a marijuana card and get marijuana legally where the THC isn't taken out. Those are the people I'm talking about. Yeah, well, that's one of the arguments is that, alcohol intensifying. Michigan is trying to hang their hat on a scientific standard now with regard to testing the marijuana. And, they say the THC levels are way higher than they were from a homegrown marijuana in the past. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's good you know what you're getting. I mean, they're trying to do what the medical industry would generally do when it allows and certifies a drug. Now, Greg, is there any data to support that? See, Benny, it's true. Yeah, yep. I went to a pain lecture. This guy's got an odd last name. I'll look it up for you later. I went to a pain lecture at the University of Michigan one time, and this guy is a tenured professor. If you Google University of Michigan tenured professor, he's a pain expert. And they would fire his ass in a minute if they could, but he's a full tenured professor. And he said, that there are excellent studies out there with regard to what marijuana has done with chronic pain. But the University of Michigan, which of course is a big medical institution, they tell him to shut his ass up all the time, and he tells them to go pound sand. And as far as I know, and I could be wrong on this, but when the THC is taken out of the marijuana, I was always under the impression that it didn't have any analgesic pain properties that helped. I mean, it's like drinking a six-pack of beer. Your pain seems to go away. So are you saying that marijuana without THC used medicinally can treat pain? If you are saying that, then I'm wrong on this. Oh, okay. Because I remember him saying that the THC was the trick to the pain relief. and that like hemp wouldn't do shit. Yeah, Benny, that's exactly how I gleaned. That's what I thought. There wasn't any point to smoking marijuana for pain if it didn't have THC, and I'd like some clarification on that if I'm wrong. Yeah, free spirit. I would agree with that. Yeah, that's what I would. That's how I understood it. Yeah, slight relaxation. So on this CBH then, so a little confused on this. Yeah, THC is the high. I know that, right? So THC is the high. I know that. But what is it these people are using for pain generally? Hey, Mary. Okay, Erica, so if somebody used CBD, they could expect pain relief? Okay, either one helps with pain. Oh, there you go. That clears it up. Now, you can get this CBD anywhere, can't you? Oh, thanks, Billy. Appreciate it. No, I know CBD doesn't get you high. But as far as the chemical property, you're saying that CBD is like old THC? I mean, when does this conversion take place, and what's the strength? But Genuine Eye, that was marijuana with THC, right? No, somebody posted the other day Wackadoodle Dam was down on West Jefferson and River Rouge, but I didn't confirm that. Oh, okay, Angela. Yeah, all right. Now, let me ask you this, for you people out there more knowledgeable about it than I. Would it be safe to assume that the more stone you got, the less pain you'd have? Does it work that way? Yeah, I agree, James. Yeah, Genuine, I thank you. I'll do that. Thanks. Yeah, San Filippo. That's kind of how I understood it. Yeah, sorry about that, Benny. You could argue that, free spirit. I mean, free spirit, you would think that there was a point in time somewhere along the way that she could have changed things, and she didn't. See you, Kate. Oh, that's interesting, Jessica. Goodbye, Kate. Yeah, it sucks, Benny. Hey guys, get one of these external batteries for your cell phone. 6 hours worth of phone use. I don't need to worry about it anymore. Look. I don't go live that much. Not that much. Well, I mean, what you got to look at is like if you could offer me $1 million and I could drive up and down Detroit streets everywhere, cover the whole city for the next year, and I bet I'd be hard pressed to find another mother working the street with her daughter. Greg, why don't you grow that instead of fooling with that fruit? Oh, thanks, Stacy. You're right, Erica. Hey, Danny, how you doing? I looked at my ass off for those batteries. I think it was only 20 bucks. If you're interested, I'll post it later. But I saw them all the way from 100 down to like 10. This one was a good one, and I got it from China, of course. But it got the best ratings, and so far, so good. I'll post the information later if you're interested. And it's really easy. You get a wall charger. I bought a wall charger on the side at Walmart for like 8 bucks. So it charges up in no time. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Yeah, I was afraid this one was going to be junk. Yeah, I'll post it when I get home. Or you can look on my eBay. Look at my eBay, Detroit River, one word. And you'll see where I bought it about a week ago. It came here really quick, too. It might be on there. Detroit River, eBay, one word. I'm going to go down there probably Tuesday. Yeah, Anchor got the best reviews, but mine's a knockoff. I do use Amazon, yeah, not that much though. Not as much as I used to. I think their reviews are a bunch of bullshit. I live 185 miles from Michigan Avenue. Hey, Angie. It's true, David. It wasn't like that when it started, but it turned into a junk shop with fake reviews. Even the verified purchase thing is bullshit. Hey, Totally Games, how are you? What part of India? Yeah, it's true, lab chick. Oh, good, Angie. Oh, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Buy a book on heroin addiction, Joe. You can get some. That's the title of one of the books. It's called Heroin. That's the title. Get it on eBay and get it cheap, $6-7 used. It really answers lots of questions. Yeah, it's really it's super interesting reading. Oh, okay, northern part. No, Amazon sucks. I think they realized what crazy money they were making, even with the returns after they started selling junk, and they just went with it. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? It's a book called Heroin. That's the title of it. You can get it on eBay. That's the cheapest I found it. That's true, Greg. Oh yeah, I get about 10 to 20% of the people who don't want to interview. Yeah, I believe it, Evan. Yep. I'll tell you what's really crappy is if you buy like any of their coffee beans or any of that kind of stuff. Like, you know that real expensive coffee you get from Hawaii? Is it Blue Kaba or something like that? $200 a pound or something. And this is as an example. So say you're buying that at $200 a pound, you love it. Well, all of a sudden it'll come up. People bought this, like this, and you see Blue Kaba for $50 a pound. Well, those are the coffee beans that fell on the ground that they picked up. Those aren't the premium ones. Yeah, true, you're getting the same item, but it's what the premium coffee makers would have thrown out. Amazon would rather try and get 25% of what it's sold for because they got them basically for free. That's where I don't trust them. And a lot of, like, let's say skin lotions, stuff like that, just pure crap. Yeah, whenever you go to buy something on Amazon, make sure you compare the price on eBay. I get books way cheaper off eBay than I do off Amazon. Yeah, Rachel, I'll do that. Thank you. Yeah, I quit Prime too. I thought it was a big ripoff. Like I said, focus groups. They figured out through focus groups they get people signing up left and right, and they didn't care how much it cost as long as they could get their stuff the next day. Yeah, I mean, eBay is good if you're a buyer. It's not so great as a seller anymore. Yeah, they have Facebook accounts. They do. Yeah, maybe a good video. It's possible. No meth that I can find, Erica. No. Oh, cool, Rachel. Oh, thanks, Shell. Appreciate it. I'm not giving anybody's Facebook account on here. Yeah, well, try not to be talking about people's Facebook on here. I mean, I don't think it's an appropriate forum to post personal details about someone you happen to just see on a video. If they wanted the viewers to see their Facebook, I'm sure they'd have told me about it. Yeah, I mean, I understand, but I just don't feel comfortable doing that, you know? Yeah, I have people get a hold of me on it. If they find that on their own, that's fine, but I'm not helping them. You know, probably 5 guys a week contact me. They want to have Maddie or any of the cute girls. Cricket, they can come live with them. Yeah, right, that's not happening either. There's no way I'm going to be the conduit from some guy on this channel to having one of these girls come live with them. It's as weird as it gets. I've had like maybe 10 guys contact me on my email, and I told them that after a full-blown investigation on them and whoever they live with, that maybe I'd consider it and run it by the girls, and of course that ends any future conversation. Yeah, I think you're right, Jay. I don't think so either. No, I don't think they have good intentions. You know, it's always the same girls too. Raven, Rebecca, Cricket. Sabrina Tate, who's that? Who's Sabrina Tate? It's true, Tanya. Bunch of perverts. No. Yeah, that's it, Greg. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree, Evan. Yeah, that's it, Lisa. You nailed it. Drip coffee makers are way better. Percolators are even better than those. Yeah, you're right, Christine. Yeah, sure was. Yeah, I get the impression that there's not much left in Lake Orion anymore. No, there's a place, they have great caramel apples, but I didn't. That's the biggest lunch I've had in a long time. I didn't even eat the fries, so no, I didn't get one. It's true, Rachel. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, it was cute. Ravioli. Later. I never had any scary situations down there, to tell you the truth.